Yo, what's going on YouTube? Yo, so we are slightly backed up on videos. I had my allergies really hit me the last few days, so I really just wasn't doing anything. I wasn't editing, I wasn't running. Still feel a little bit like I'm not 100%, but feeling a lot better than I was. And we moved the long run that we're supposed to do earlier in this week to today. So this is actually a pretty exciting day because I got to knock out 12 miles before work, and I've never actually done that before. I've usually, my average running days are usually between 6 to 8 miles. So I've never actually hit anything longer than 8 mile on a work day. So I'm excited. I really didn't fuel too well for this run, so we'll see what happens. I did bring 2 gels and 2 bottles of water, one having the BPN Go One More carb and a packet of Element, and then I'm gonna just plain water. So we'll see what happens. But we are rocking out in the Mount to Coast R1. I finally got the twilight color. This thing looks so nice. Probably a few of the shoe brands that I'm buying, Mount to Coast, Topo, Ultra. These are the few shoe companies that I'm still buying. So this is the regular R1, so CPU on the outsole, so no rubber. This is a really nice color. It was actually one of their first different colors that they made, and I didn't get a chance to buy it. They came in stock, and I bought the last number 9, size 9, not number 9, the last size 9 that they had. So we're gonna get out here. We're gonna see how this works out today. I'm up super early. I'm starting this run super early. I know I'll have plenty of time to get it done before I have to go and start my normal part of the day, but we'll see. Super windy, cloudy today. Just hoping it doesn't rain on my run. It's already got like this mistiness in the air, so it's already kind of like, it's damp out there. So this is going to be a little bit shorter of a video, talking a little bit about the long runs, because my last long run video did so well, and I know people, I think that's what people are most curious when they're getting into running, is the long run. So I want to start, I want to do another video on that and just talk about that for a little bit. But I have like 2 more videos before this one. This is the first time I've ever been backed up on videos. I have a few more videos before this one that I'm working on too, so. But, oh my God, can I get this to clip on? All right. But we are laced up. We're ready to go for the most part. It looks like it's a quiet day. It's probably just gonna be me out here. Got a few of the locals out here, neighbors walking, but looks like it's just gonna be me out here getting these early miles in. So like I said, this is a really big test to me to see, can I get an easy long run in before I start my regular day. Let's see what happens. Come on. Yo, runners. Whew. It's a little bit difficult to run when you're still battling some allergies. But we've been kind of coasting at like 10-minute miles. That's the first time I've ever seen a Lucid Air car in person. Anyway, so kind of coasting at like 10 minutes per mile. Super nice day. Obviously being a little overcast, got some mistiness in the air, windy, but really fun weather to run in. So I'm hungry though. But anyway, talking about my favorite run, which is the long run. I made a whole video on this, on like the power of the long run and what the long run has actually done, and why to me the long run matters even outside of my running journey. It's just made me feel that I can do anything, right? When you're out there and you're running, over a 10K, you just feel like unstoppable. It doesn't matter whether your long run is 7 miles, 8, 15, 17, 20, 30, 50. It doesn't really matter. One of the biggest things I do for my long runs, especially like I'm still
15 to 14 weeks out from the full marathon. So what I'm doing is I'm literally just treating this, specifically this run in general, because just getting over being ill, I'm treating it as a super easy recovery run. So like I said, 10+ minute mile pace. I think I only hit 1 mile where it was 9:51. Most of them have been 10:20, 10:30. And just feeling super relaxed. I feel for me, the long run is to build the confidence that you can do it, right? We don't just wake up one day and say, yeah, we're gonna run a half marathon. We gotta build our confidence up. And that's where the long run comes in such good handy, to build the confidence level up. But building that confidence up does take time. And it does take some dedication to constantly keep working at it, even when you don't want to, even when you're running the same path over and over again, even when it gets boring. That long run, this long run, your long runs, they build that confidence up. The key is, don't do too much or don't go too fast at the same time. So don't do too much. Don't do too much miles, especially starting out. That was my biggest mistake, was too many miles. Don't go too fast. Watch the intensity. You don't want a long run to turn into an intense workout. The last thing you want to be doing is 14 miles and be doing a full-on speed workout for the full 14 miles. Now there could be times, and I have this in my program, where it's a, let's just say, 14-mile long run, and I have to put in a, for maybe like 3 of the 14 miles, doesn't matter which of those miles, but just 3 out of the 14, I have to put in race pace effort. So I learned that it's okay to bring some intensity in, but for the most part, my runs are easy for long recovery runs. And this is why I am documenting this journey of marathon vlogging, because I want to teach and show what it's like. And mind you, I'm not a run coach. I do have a run coach that gives me my workouts to do, and I'm grateful for that, because since having a coach, I have felt much more confident in my running, knowing that I can do the marathon and all these kind of races. But I want to keep bringing you guys along for this journey, because I want to show you everything about it. So how my breakdown usually works is I run 4 days a week. One of those days for me is usually the weekend day, where it'll be a tempo or a speed workout, a VO2 max, something along those lines. Another day will be a relaxed recovery day. So usually about 6 to 7 miles. And then I have a long run, which depends on what I'm training for. We slowly build the mileage. And then I have one more like 6 to 7 mile run at the end of the week. I have one full rest day, and the other 2 days are dedicated to strength training. That's how I break it down. And this is why I want to take you all along for the journey, so you can see it. Maybe if you're considering your first marathon, I want to show you all what it's like to train for it. And we're along for the journey together. So we're gonna cruise out these last few miles, recap in the car. Let's get it done. Come on, we're almost there.
Yeah, runners, that is it. 12 miles on a day we have to also do our regular day. So I never would have thought, this is the first ever time I did it, and I never would have thought I would have been able to do a long run, 2 hours, and have enough time to eat breakfast and get ready for work. You know, one of the people who is like a big role model and someone who I follow a lot is Cam Hanes, and says that he would run almost a marathon every day before he would have to clock in at work. And I just thought that was so crazy. But here I am today running almost a half marathon before work, and never, ever, ever would have thought that was a thing. And also doing it at a like relaxed, comfortable pace, like following my training and not like going too high or too low of what, like there was actually really never a low, never going really too high of what I expected of myself, especially just coming back from, you know, being ill. So really, really cool. Rocked out in the R1 Twilight. It's not looking so twilighty right now. It's got some dirt on there. Y'all know we can't have clean shoes on this channel. That is it. Change the name to No Clean Shoes. But like all Mount to Coast, man, out of the box just felt really good. I didn't even hesitate to take these out of the box. They got delivered to me yesterday. I didn't hesitate to take them out of the box and throw them on my feet today to go for a run. That's how much I trust this shoe. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th R1. This is my number 5. I have 5 R1s. 2 R1Rs, the all black R1, the legacy R1, and now the Twilight R1. And it's just great. It is so much different than the T1, and I was promised y'all to get more miles in the T1. Just this week felt a little ill, so didn't do it, but we'll be getting some more miles on the trails in the T1. This just feels so different. This, even though it's the same foam, it's just a little bit different. But yeah, y'all, this is what I tried like saying in my last video with like the long run and how it makes you feel. It was such a daunting task to say, okay, I have to run 12 miles and then make it enough time to go to work. Being able to complete it and still have the time to go make some breakfast and go to work was just unbelievable. And that's the power that running has given me in a mindset. I thought when I came out here, I was like, all right, maybe I'll just get 10 miles in. But I was able to complete the entire workout and still have time. And that's to say, like, the power of the long run, it just changed. Running has changed my whole entire life, my whole entire mindset. And the long run is the big helper to that. If you can get out here on a day where it's cloudy, cold, raining, snowing, too hot, when it's not the most ideal temperature for 99% of the world, if you can get out here and you can still get your miles in, that's what changes your mind. You're training your body, but you're training your mind to endure so much. And that's the craziest thing about a long run, is you're training your mind to endure everything that this place can throw at you. That's what the long run is. That's why I was able to get all this stuff done today. And it's just a really rewarding feeling knowing that I just ran for 2 hours while some people are still getting up and having their morning cup of coffee. Like, that's the most rewarding part for me. Just knowing that I got something done before something else has to get done is so cool. I think that's the thing with the dedication, right? If you really want to run a marathon, you have to make that time. You have to make that time for that training. You have to make the time for the sleep. You have to make the time for nutrition. You have to make the time for meal prepping. You got to make the time for consulting with, you know, a run coach, your nutritionist, a doctor, whatever the case may be, a physical therapist. You have to make that time. It's about that dedication that you want to put in. What you're going to put in is what you're going to get out. So if you want to run a marathon, you want to run it and you want to feel good while you're running it, you have to put that time in to train and to put that work in to get there, because it's not just going to come some may come naturally, but I'm telling you right now, running 26 miles doesn't come naturally to everyone. It doesn't come natural to anyone, to be honest. You have to really work for it. Yes, sprinting can come naturally. You could be naturally gifted and naturally fast, but running 26 miles is not something that is just bestowed on you, and you're not just gifted from the start for that. Like, you really work for it. and what you put in is what you're gonna get out. And that's what marathon training is about, is what I'm gonna put in is what I'm gonna get out. If I'm gonna put in a half-ass effort, I'm gonna get a half-ass result. So even if I didn't feel well, if I didn't push the right tempo or the right pace that I wanted today, it doesn't matter. I still got the miles in, I still got the workout in. And I know come marathon day, if it is a little bit chillier than I expected, or a little bit colder, or maybe I didn't get enough sleep, I can roll through that Rolodex of all the workouts I've done and say, hey, you remember that day when you did 12 miles before you had to go to work, you were congested, you weren't feeling well, and you still got it done? That's what I envision when I'm having a tough time, is there's a Rolodex, and I'm sitting on a desk, and I'm just rolling through the Rolodex, and I'm just picking out an index card and saying, you remember this? That's what I was able to do. That's what I mean by what you put in is what you're gonna get out. So this is why I told you guys in the video, I want to take you all along for this journey of marathon training so you can see what it's like. Because to me, it's the most beautiful sport in the world. It has changed me 360 degrees. It is the best thing I ever could have done is started to run. Going into your marathon, you learn so much about yourself, the grit that you have, the never give up effort. You read about it, you see it on TV, you hear the actors and the actress and the athletes going through it and saying, like, I didn't give up, but if you can do it and you put yourself in that position where you're not giving up on something, it is the most rewarding feeling in the world. That's what a marathon, that's what a long run is. It just trains your mind to learn to endure and learn to keep going. And I truly feel that about a long run. I'm not out here trying to show how many miles I can do or all that stuff. For me, it's about, can I push through something that I didn't think was possible? I didn't think it was possible to do 12 miles before I had to actually start my rest of my day. I didn't think it was possible to do that in a day where I didn't have off. I didn't think it was possible to do that in a day where I didn't get the best night's sleep. But yet, I was able to push through all that and still get it done. That's what the long run is. That's what I'm trying to tell everyone, is the long run is about the mind. You're training your mind. But anyway, y'all, that's it. Kind of like a ramble on, quick little video about the long run, and this is why I love the long run so much. If y'all haven't seen it, go back, check out my other video, The Power of the Long Run. I talk a little bit more about it. But these are just those small, quick little marathon training vlogs that I'm taking you along for the journey, because y'all want to train for a marathon. We're doing it together. Come on. Till the next video, peace.